All right, so it's day three of the silver squeeze. We closed at high of day, new highs. Let's start with silver here, 34.7 something, pretty much 34.8. It's amazing. It's kind of what we expected. So breakout. I bought the recent dip in anticipation of this. I was a bit hesitant though, halfway through, thinking, oh, did I just buy the top, which I rarely ever do. Thankfully, it pulled through. We squeezed. And anyway, so here we are, Tuesday, closed all the way up here. So let's actually, you know what? Let's start with gold. Gold again, new all-time high record, close at absolute high of day. I mean, there's no resistance until 3,000. 3,000 is a bit away though, you got to imagine just from where we are now to go to 3,000, 10%. But you know what? I was thinking about it. Remember that 2000 breakout of 2000? Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? That was a few months ago. Yeah. If we get to 3,000, I don't even need to do this. It's 50% move. That's completely wild. So I think sometimes it's difficult to imagine what you're going through, and we're going through absolute history right now. So silver looks amazing. Okay, I mean, gold, there's no resistance until 3,000. Yes, it could stop off at any moment. The DXY yields, they've had no effect. Normally, I start off with the DXY and the yields. They've bounced quite nicely, actually. Yields, ironically, going up. Dollar going up. I'm not even going to show it because it doesn't seem to matter. And actually, it's better. I always say that it's nice to see gold and silver go up with the dollar going up. Because imagine when the dollar goes down, we'll go up even more. So let's look at silver because everything else is kind of irrelevant, including gold, because there's no resistance to look at. We'll look at gold if it comes down for support levels, but silver, let's look at this one. So I've already got some resistance mapped out. One of them was 34.4-ish women's. Actually, no, yesterday that was a bit of resistance, 34.2 something. I was doing a rough estimate. Well, let's see where it came from, right? Because I got the next one coming up. I got to have a bit of a weird chart just to see. So here's where I had 34.35-ish. Now we went straight through that, and I think a lot of people yesterday, if I just zoom in on the candle, yesterday were thinking, "Oh, is this reversal? We're going to go back down to test 3250, me included." But I didn't sell anything for that reason. I had trims today. I had trims yesterday. I had trims. I'm not going to lie. I was selling the sort of the breakout because I had way too much on the table. Today I sold again. I'll go through all that when I hit my portfolio. But next stop for me is up here, 35.35, kind of again, 34.35 because of this high here, right? Let's call it late September 2012. Amazing. So that's the resistance I've got. After that, nothing until 37.50 because of the high put in around March 2012. Remember that 2011 move up, and then we had this move down 2012 with bounces. And then after that, we'll see it goes straight past 40. I don't even think 40 is a level, by the way. So two to look out for. I think 37.50 is quite a way away. But to be honest, we could hit it by Friday, the way things are going. But the next stop is for me 35.40-ish, the 35, just below 35.40. I'm wondering whether if we hit that, we reverse and we close near low of day, whether we're going to go back down again. Because are we going to retest 3250, test it as a floor, and then move back up again? That would be healthy. I don't want to see that just yet because I still got some more selling to do, but I'm wondering whether that's in the cards, whether we're going to retest 3250 and bounce up from there. And then you can start drawing up ascending lines and stuff like that. But I think 3250 or just below 32/3250, even 33, the whole area should become support. But I'm not going to draw that in yet because I'm looking still at resistance because of this high of day close. I think tomorrow we move higher. So that's what I'm looking for on the way up. Miners, here I can reset the chart. So miners are looking good, acting just like silver, pretty much. Didn't close at absolute high of day, but a pretty good close. Next stop, well, I've already got them drawn in. I've got for GDXJ 50, just below 56. I think that's definitely doable tomorrow, especially if we've got new highs. After that, what have I got? I've got this move up here, 58.50. we'll see. I think we've got some time for another video before we hit that. So GDXJ looks good. SILJ looks good. I think that would coincide perfectly and move all the way up here if we start making new highs. So 1550. Come on, we've got to hit 1550. That should be pretty easy. But look at this, just absolute vertical move up. I mean, we've got some better charts out there, but it's just really absolutely moving up. And we've got so much. I mean, look at this. We haven't even hit the 2020 post-COVID highs. For sure, we need to go up there. And that's quite a big move, isn't it, from here? Just from where we are now, 20%, not even. So, and this ETF wasn't about for the 2011 move. Let's look at GDX. Wait, just before we do that, let's look at some actual numbers. So SILJ, yeah, 1550 after that. Again, that'll take maybe an extra day or two, but 1630, then the gap fill, 1670, and then all the way up to sort of 1750/18. I think it's coming, not in one straight shot. GDX looks good. You know, GDX, the senior gold stocks that have done so well for months, years even, you can tell. And I've said it before, right? They're taking a backseat now. They're going up 1%, 2%, even though a lot of those stocks deserve to be way higher. It's the mid-tier, I don't want to say juniors. I'm not following the juniors, but the sort of the more aggressive mid-tier silver stocks, they're the ones that are making the plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15%, 17% moves, whilst the AEMs, Barrick Golds, Newmonts are doing 2, 3, 4. And I think that makes sense. And I've got a mix of everything. So, and I'll get to that my portfolio update. But still, the trend is the same, closing a high of day, following gold, following a bit of silver, of course. Next up, I've got all the way up here, 45, just below 45.70. That should be done in 1 or 2 days if the trend continues. Okay, let's look at the actual portfolio. Newmont, again, you see, not even up 2%, but still, it's been doing fantastic for weeks. Close at high of day, can't complain. It's not always about the percentage, it's about what the close is like, and the close is perfect. So up 2%, close at high of day. Next up, I've got, I remember this one. It's very hard for me to call these levels. I've got 49.50. So normally I'd be selling at 59.50. So 59.49 I'd be selling, but I don't even know if I've got a sell-in for here. I think I'm just watching because I'm still not that convinced that it's actually a level. 60, I don't even have that as a level, even though it's a huge psychological number. I don't see it technically on the chart. I'm probably wrong, but I just don't see it. Next up after that, I got 61.50-ish. You can see in yellow, I've highlighted it, but I haven't really, it's not convincing. I think this one here is a bit more convincing, 64 maybe. But for now, I'm just letting it run because I think I'll probably watch GDX or gold to decide whether to sell Newmont. Because if gold's going to have a down day, and the candle, the day it has a down day or like a reversal candle, I think that gold will go down, 1 or 2 days, and Newmont will be red those days. So maybe I'll use gold and GDX to time Newmont trimming the next trim because I just find it hard to read the chart here. It's not like it's not like this one here, which is a bit more obvious resistance support, many times that line has acted as either support or resistance. Here so anyway, Newmont's hard to read, so I recommend just gold and GDX for that one. Barrick Gold, well, we are at a level, and I've trimmed this level. It's the old high, and since Barrick is a bit weak, I just thought I'd just trim something because it's just weak. So now I'm done. If it goes down, good, I've sold that area. If it goes up, cool, I'm making money. Where's the next sell? Nowhere until 23.50. I've already shown this in my last video, except now my sell actually got triggered. That's a big move. That's like 10% move away. It takes a lot to move Barrick 10%. You'd need gold probably going straight past 2,800 for that. And even there, I don't expect Barrick Gold to even be at 22.50. I'm just so used to Barrick being slow. But it's a big company, it's a big stock, so I'm in no hurry and I've just trimmed, so I'm just leaving it. If it goes back down, yeah, I'll rebuy if it goes there, but I'm a lot more um I'm just a lot more focused on these sort of mid-tier and silver stocks that are moving way more than Barrack. So if it goes down there, I'll buy it back. But I don't care if it sort of goes down 4%, doesn't hit my bias. My focus is elsewhere. I can make a lot more money elsewhere. So for now, I'm holding. I've trimmed. Next stop, 23.50. Agnico Eagle constantly making new highs. That's a good candle, by the way, like a hammer, but in an uptrend. That's nice. It just looks like it wants to keep going up. It is so close to its absolute record, which is the post-COVID move all the way up to 89.40. So guess where I have my next trim? 89. Is it 40? I think it's 89.20 actually. Anyway, my next sale is at 89.19. 1 cent under the old high, if that is the high. And it's an absolute tiny trim. It's more of a symbolic one to say I've trimmed the top. Now let it run, a bit like Wheaton, which I'll get to in a second. Small trim, no hurry. This is the perfect stock. Goes up 1 or 2% every day, especially when gold's going up. So not the biggest mover anymore. It's already done it. It's done its job. And now it deserves to be held forever. So after this trim, I really don't know. Maybe I'll sell the 100 move, you know. So these seniors, I'm in no hurry. They've done their job. I hold a very good amount. I'm trimming them and I hold the rest. Pan American Silver. Now, this one's a bit more aggressive than the other three, but I still consider it one of the established seniors. But it's a silver stock. I don't know what percentage is actually silver. It's probably less than 50%, but it's a silver stock. By name and reputation, closed near high of day, closed near resistance. Why is that resistance? Oh, yeah, because of this support, resistance, right? And it's probably a bit of a number 26. Ah, yeah, I sold 25.99. I need to bring up my sales because there were quite a few today and one or two yesterday, but mainly today. So, yeah, 25.99 Pan American Silver, right? That's typical me. Next stop, I've got 29 and 30. 29, you can see we've hit it many times here where we didn't hit 30. See that support there? You see like this area here, this area here, these areas here, this area here. Yes, the one time we hit 30. So, and what's the difference between 29 and 30? Very little. So I got two cells, a mini trim at 29. By 29, I mean 28.99. And then 30, 29.99 or 29.89. Sometimes I do 10 cents low just to make sure there's no difference, just to make sure I get it. So those are the two levels. They're already in. But otherwise, Pan America, I've trimmed this area. I'm happy to hold the rest until I move all the way up here. Where do you buy? You buy price resistance. That's obviously 24, but no point in talking about buys yet. We still look like we're going higher. After 30, well, I'll make another video by then. But that's Pan America, pretty simple, very nice and strong. Next, by the way, how much of a percentage move up is it to get to the next 29.30? Oh, that's quite a big one, isn't it? Well, for that, you just need silver to make another big move, maybe even 37. So we might not. We'll see. We'll see. Silver has really surprised everyone. Next one is Wheaton. Like I said, a bit like what I expect Agnico Eagle to do. Makes a new high. Look at this. There's your COVID high. Just wondering whether there's something here. Nope, we took that out already. I forgot about that. Yeah, so absolute stratosphere, new record highs. There's no chart to help you. Oh yeah, the next sell is 70. I'm just doing big numbers. That'll probably coincide with a 2800 move. Probably going to happen tomorrow. You know, I don't like this arrogance that we're used to always going up. It's time to sell a bit more, maybe. Just wondering. All right, 70 bucks. Next one. I haven't got any other sells in. It's a great business. It'll make money constantly, even if the gold price goes down, to be honest. But trimming psychological levels because there's no other graph history to go by. But otherwise, closing the high of day, following the metals and the miners perfectly. Next one is Franco Nevada. Now this one finally took out 130. We're moving close at high of day, up a bit more in post market. I got 140 the next stop. My next sell is 139.99 or 89, forgot, same thing. So I'm selling the 140 move. Can it get there? Yes, it can. It bloody well should already. It's 2%, of course. Tomorrow it's done. Because the last sell was 130. I trimmed there, 140. Next sell, I don't know if I'm going to do 140. We'll see. Maybe it's 150, which will coincide with this descending. But Franco-Nevada should be really, and it's a big company. It should really be in the one high 160s by now, just testing its historic highs because it's we don't care about the Pan American drop here. It's gold is where it is. So that's why I'm convinced 140 is done pretty much tomorrow. So let's see if that gets filled. I'm not going to cover support. Okay, Metallic, that one's interesting. So we were looking for the $4 move. It's done it. I did sell at 399. Well done, everyone, for being in this one. Nice move. Doesn't look like much, but the percentage is probably quite good. Let's look at the breakout here from 340. 20%, that's okay. Got a long way to go. And I think all the descending trend lines have been taken out. No, that one doesn't count. Yeah, they have. So for me, next sell is, and I think it's gonna have a difficult time doing it, is this 340, 440 move. It's gonna be difficult because those candles are not as good as the other ones, right? We're not closing at high of day. We closed red. What the hell is that? Is it exhausted? Because it was already kind of having some big up moves whilst everything else was sideways, even red. I remember there were some big moves. Again, we have a few companies like this, like I am Gold, really strong vertical moves, and it's tired, it's red, even though all the stars are aligned, the metals are going up. Some stocks just get tired. I don't think this one should be tied just yet, but that's what the candlesticks might be suggesting. $4 is clearly resistance. I've sold it, so I'm happy to hold. If it goes back down, I'll buy. I don't know where. I think, yeah, I've got the marker here. I don't think I'd be buying 370 for it. So, I mean, even today we were like 5 cents from the 70s. For me, that's too close. I'm going to delete it. It could give me the wrong impression when I'm looking at it in a hurry when things are moving. I'm more likely to buy 340. It'll probably never get there. It shouldn't ever get there. But if it does, I buy it. If it doesn't, so be it. I'll wait until it goes up to 440. So I'm happy to hold this for now, but definitely notice the red and the difficulty to close above four. But I sold for 399, so that's cool. All right, silver. This is the big focus for me. It's the silver stocks. First Majestics. First of all, this candle, can't get enough of it. Beautiful. Took out that 680 resistance that I was on about for a while with severe pronunciation, let's say, straight up to 740. Next day, up some more. Let's see where I sold the last, let's say, 3 days. 775, 799. 775. Why did I do 75? I think I was selling just yesterday near high of day in case we went down and we didn't. And then today sold again the high. Beautiful. And the next sell should be, I don't see it, but it'll probably be 839, right? It'll probably be, I know how I trade. Just trim, trim, trim. Remember, we were all the way down here. Now, buybacks, I chased this one too down here after seeing the news, even though I was already in and very happy. So I'm basically just getting rid of what I sold down here. I don't know if I'm all out of that and I'm selling some of the older position, but I've got a big core position. That's why I'm selling because it's still extremely heavy, right? For me, the silver stocks I should be like 3.5 to 4K, and then this thing is still worth 4.5K, basically. I need to get rid of like another 500K out of this. 500. Um, just to trim it back down to a medium level because it's a bit heavy at the moment. I've got several silver stocks, and I'd like to avoid a big down day when it does come down. But for me, okay, this didn't close a high day, but it's a nice green day. Yeah, if silver goes up tomorrow, which it looks like it will, First Majestic is all obliged by law to go up. It just is, even if it's tired. So I'd expect eight something, and maybe if I feel like it's tired and silver's gonna top out, if it's gonna hit a resistance and start to look like it's gonna go down, then I'll probably drop my sell. So from 839, if we're at 827 and we look tired in silver, I'll just drop it 827 out. And for me, 827 sell would be the same as 839. So one more trim out of First Majestic, and then I've done the whole move, sit back. And if it wants to keep going up, It's probably worth looking at the next levels actually. 9 because of this area. And then after that, why not just keep it for the 10 move? And it's not going to get to 10, it's going to struggle at 980. So 970 something I'd probably be selling. But okay, one day at a time. I'm looking for the 840 move tomorrow. Next one is keep saying that, Fortuna. This one, I sold this one. I remember Fortuna. 539. Of course, there's the 540 move. Yes. And that was 21st of October. That was yesterday. Basically, a perfect trade yesterday. It was like high of day. It was the 540 test. That's exactly what 540 did. That's what it was yesterday, testing 540. So 539, perfect. Today, left it, perfect. I already sold this area. Why am I going to sell again? This is going to be difficult though. This no man's land, vacuum, gap fill stuff. It had bad news. You can see it's weak, knowing what we know. Silver's making new all-time highs, squeezing at 32, 33, 34, right? I said we hit 34 in the 34s now. This thing can't even get back up to where it was when silver was, I don't know, high 20s probably. So this is something to sell. Now I've already sold 839. That's cool. My next sell, it's all over the place here. 584, 84. All right, I'm doing the gap fill. Yeah, of course. It'd probably be 79. This one's weak. This one, if silver's going to start going down, forget it. Fortuna's not going to hold and go sideways and then go up. It's going to go down too, right? I can imagine it going down quite easily, actually. So this one tomorrow, I expect us to go up. Cool. I'll try and sell the high of day, or when I think if I think silver can keep running, I'll hold off my sell. But if Fortuna goes all the way up here, I will definitely sell. If I feel like silver's struggling before Fortuna's in the 580, I'll just drop it wherever. Because for me, Fortuna will go down, and I prefer to buy back something else actually. So Fortuna, I'd like to keep it medium. It's still worth a bit more than medium. So, but anyway, in an ideal world, I got 585. More likely 579 for me to sell. And but if we go straight through there, which hard to imagine, straight through six, there's no resistance, but again, hard to imagine. Then it's 630, just below 630. So let's drop that there because it's weak. So there you go. Fortuna is weak, but still capable of going high. We got a nice new green day, close kind of near high of day, but like First Majestic. So next one, CDE. My favorite, but let's be honest, weak because of the news it's had. So that's kind of understandable. It's struggled to test its old high of 770. Fine. I have been trimming. Go on, let's tell you what I've trimmed. I love all this transparency. Only one in the last 3 days, 739. Wait, was that today? That was today, 2150 something European time. Yes. Yes, since I haven't sold, I sold today because I think that it's a little weak. It is a bit weak. That was obvious for some time. In case silver doesn't make that move tomorrow, even though we close at high of day. Look, tomorrow, if we keep going up, we will test 770. I don't even know if I've got to sell in for that. I think I might. I think I split the sell for 770 into two, made it weaker. So it's half half, one today, one tomorrow. That's a nice trick I do sometimes. Then I'm happy either way. The move to eight, I don't even know if I got sells in. I think I've got some machine gun light sells for CDE because it's worth way too much. It's the heaviest silver speculative stock. It's my favorite one. But yeah, the point being it's weaker, because of the news. Here you can see we haven't tested the old high. If we have a green day tomorrow, we should test this, but there'll come a point where silver gets tired, and I expect silver for CDE to go back down again. And I prefer to buy back a lot of what I sell, and so far I haven't sold enough. So there you go. Let's see what my sells are for CDE. I've got 769. Yeah, that's the 770. 849 and 919. I got nothing for eight, huh? I guess it's too close to 770. 849, yes, and 919, yes. Okay, so what I see there with the horizontals. Okay, cool. Next one is Heckler. Heckler, not the strongest at all, but I sold at 764. That was today. I mean, good to go. Yes, that was a good one, wasn't it? There we are. I just spent like the whole weekend doing some good till cancels. There you go. That's what I was selling. This one here, boom, 760 something. I nailed it at 64. We closed like 10, 11 cents lower. So I'm happy. It's trimmed. It's still worth more than it should, but a lot less than it did. This I need to expend. Next stop, if we keep going up, that's asking a lot. 850. You know what I mean? And look at today. Okay, it's still up 2%, but not the best candle. Feels tired. Had some big moves. But tomorrow, if we're green, it'll go green some more. But again, some of these it's just hard to imagine them getting to their next to the next level that I've identified. It'll probably go to $8 and then struggle there. I may just have to sell at 8. I don't have anything at 7.99. Actually, I'll do that. I'll make a note of that 7.99. There you go. Before I forget, I see it struggling. Okay, next one, EXK. This one is absolutely obscene. Okay, so it was the best performer from 140. It just went colossal. You know, this is unexplainable stuff. Then it drops almost as fast as it went up. Bad news. I was buying this drop. I don't know if I got the absolute low, but I bought the drop nicely. But I didn't expect it to go all the way back up here. I was saying that every single video. Like it's not, it's not going to go back up here. It has because it's very sensitive to silver. If silver goes up, there's a lot of difference to the company's profit loss. That's as much as I know, but I think that's what this graph is showing. And I think that is actually the case. So it's gone up, but this has gone up more than anything else. I mean, look at this. I thought, okay, it hit 5, well done. That was incredible. Now you should struggle. But no, it didn't even become resistance. It became immediate support. It never even was tested as resistance. It just gapped up, tested as support. And I mean, I need to delete so many of these little yellow circles because forget it. But anyway, we didn't close a high of day, but it's just squeak. I mean, look, up 6% even closing halfway through the high of day. So my sales on EXK, I got 3 trims. I got in order, oh, twice in the same area. Why did I do that? Ah, that was a good tool. Okay. So 507, that was yesterday's. Yeah, you see, I have good till cancel. So I probably had my good till cancel for 499. In fact, I remember I did. But it opened at 508. Yeah, I basically sold it at the open good till cancel. That's the good news about good till cancel. If you're opening higher, then it will get the best price. So basically, I tried to sell 499. I got 507. Then we keep going up. And today, twice, once at the open, I hit 549. Okay, that makes sense. And then later I sold, oh yeah, I sold manually later 548 because it's worth too much. I'm still worried about tomorrow. But then silver later on, after my last second sell today, closed a high day and it looks like it will continue tomorrow. I need to see where my sells are next. 577, 594. Yeah, this level here, 594. All right, let's see. For me, EXK is absolutely extraordinary. So I'm selling this move here, 577, and then 594. But they're always little trims, little trim, little 1 or 2% out. So that if it does keep going and completely surprise me, I still have a massive call position as it goes up because I'm always doing small cuts, death by 1,000 cuts. Very, very impressive. The best performer, I think it's taken the place of CDE, which is saying something. All right, Mag Silver. This one's done all right too, actually. Look, after hours trading at the old high. I saw this at 17.99. I absolutely remember this. I remember this. Mag 17.79. Okay. 17.79. Fair enough. I think I wanted 17.99. I sold so it's the same thing. Next stop for me, I've got, and I think it will do it tomorrow. I've got 1850, or is it 18? I've probably got my sell at 1839 to make sure. But yeah, this 1850 should be the next level. In fact, I don't even think we're at a level despite 18 being a bit of a level today. I didn't expect that to be the case. After that, we've got this 1950. Let's throw this one in. Boom. See how we get along. But tomorrow, Mag Silver's been doing quite well with it's a bit of a senior stock, but I think it should move up with silver tomorrow, especially now after hours up here. And it's a good candle, even if you ignore after hours, just during regular hours, pretty good. Forget the red, it's a nice green day. Next one is Aris Mining. This one still hasn't broken its old high, struggling here around $5. Let's move it down. It's obviously $5. That's the level. Have I sold this? No, because I sold it already over here at those levels and it's worth very little. I think it's the smallest holding. So for me, I think the next sales really has to be the test of 515. It's too difficult to bring up all the stocks here. But anyway, 515 is probably my next sell. I don't think I'm trying to sell 499. I've done that already. 515, after that, letting it run all the way to basically six. So this is another one of those just happy with what I've got, hold. If it goes back down, like Barrett Gold, I'll wait for it to go all the way back down here to buy. I'm in no hurry with this one. Next one, I am gold. This one, a bit like Metalla, right? Had some nice big moves up. Maybe this one even more so. Hired. I did sell it today. I remember this. This surprised me. I was out swimming today and I hit my computer 632. Normally I do 629, 632. Look at that. Near high of day. Why? Because of one of these many machine gun levels. That's what I call it. Just lots of cuts of machine guns. 632. Next one is going to be this one up here. That's 650. Obviously, 649 is my next cut. And then I've got no more cuts to give. It's just let it run to 720. I've probably got 719. And to be honest, I may even have seven as a sell. 699. Little cuts. Tick, tick, tick. And you add them all up, you make an average, and it's probably 660 out, a decent chunk, which is pretty good. But it closed red. So if we go back down, especially if silver and gold have a red day, this one should come back down. Next support should be 560. Not going to buy there. I have lots of stocks to look at. If we have a down day, it's going to be a big down day, or the next day could be a big down day. And there, I'm probably looking to buy back some silver stocks more than I am gold. I am gold has done its job. Remember my videos, I was buying this at $3, 295, 305. My average is three. Where is it down here? A long time ago, we're up more than 100% on that in several months. It's done its job. It's weak. I've sold it already. I've sold it below and above where it is now, so I'm in no hurry. Let it do its thing. B2 Gold, this one, the one which has had a massive descending breakout. It's now closed above the horizontal next breakout. This should be squeezing. It's not, but it's going up. It's had the best close in a long time. Okay, 2 days ago, it's pretty much the same thing, but we had a red day. So tomorrow we should, if gold and silver oblige, we should start making our way towards 370. Maybe it's not a squeezer, maybe it's a slow squeezer. Maybe it just moves up in its own time. I think a lot of the bad news is fully priced in. Now we've got good news, and I've got this is worth a bit more than it should. So I don't want to sell now because it's on the beginning of a what should be a squeeze, but I'll probably be trimming quite early in this one because with what's going on, it's had good news. Gold and silver is squeezing. It should really have already made a bigger move. So once we get up here, maybe gold and silver by then are a bit tired and going to reverse, or they're probably already reversing. So I'll be trimming these horizontal levels you see. And tomorrow it should be making new highs. But this one I got a bit of a hesitation on this one. Like I said, I'll be trimming this one as I trim all of them. But yeah, I'll be trimming this one. I expected more already from this one. Let's put it that way. Speaking of which, Equinox. I mean, okay, yesterday, not a great day. We tested six. We didn't get there. We didn't close red, but pretty much unchanged. So that was kind of damaging. Those candlesticks don't look great. Today we're up 2.5%, but still, we've been making big moves in gold and silver. This stock should be sensitive to them. It should be moving up, 4, 5, 6%. It's one of the ones I'm used to seeing move up one of the most on a good day. It's not doing that. We're not above six. We're not near 650. The others, every other stock pretty much is, the equivalent would be being at 750, maybe even higher if you're a silver stock in this one. So this one's another red flag. At least it was green today, but one that I'd like to, it's not worth that much. So it's worth like a medium amount, unlike all the others that are worth heavy. But this one, don't be surprised if all of a sudden I say that I trimmed an amount of this one because not impressive. I know I had bad news, but yeah, I mean, that explains it. Still, should be at 650. SSRM, this one is the opposite. Very nice. I thought it was going to squeeze without gold and silver making new highs. I thought some of the pattern a while ago, a few weeks ago, especially here, indicated that. Then gold and silver took a sort of a sideways uh, back seat. So we went sideways. It kind of drifted with the gold price. But look, since the break, this thing here is on its way to 758. As long as the gold and silver price oblige. But imagine, I was just wondering this before I hit record. Imagine SSRM comes out with news. There's no point in thinking about this too much, but I mean, that could just make a jump plus 40% pre-market the same day. And then you're filling the gap at 10 straight away. But otherwise, this one, I'm keeping it simple and I sold it, right? I'm hitting 50-cent increments after $6. So S SSRM 649 exactly today 649. You can see even after hours we're above it. So I sold 649. My next sell is at 699, then it's 749, then 799. And as soon as I'm at 799, that's quite a way away. Then I start, everything else is manual. Like I'll be selling probably 819 or just 829 if it gets there. It depends what this actual number is. Then we got the descending. Maybe I sell quite a lot there. If we break through that, maybe there's news. Then it's 899 and 950, 930 or whatever. All these horizontal levels. And then I'm probably all out. And all the proceeds go to, I don't know, Pan America, First Majestic on a drop, something like that. I think you get more money out of it. SSRM will probably end up being red after that. But so far, great stuff. Total breakout mode amidst a silver squeeze. So I'm letting it run and I'm selling 50-cent increments. SBSW, not an absolute gold and silver stock, but it does run with it. I trimmed this one also 469. Yes, that was today. That was this level. Next will be here 499. I think it's 497 myself, if I remember. And then after that, it's going to be 579. And then I leave it for the absolute mammoth squeeze that it could be doing. This is also platinum, palladium, rhodium, and all that stuff that I don't follow too much. I do when it matters. So that's it. I hope that wasn't too long. So in short, it's absolutely amazing. Everyone, I'm sure, has new all-time highs in their portfolios. Unless you're holding juniors, I don't even look at those because you'd expect juniors to be doing amazing, right? Here, let's look at some of the old juniors I owned. Look at that shit. Look at that crap. Rain is silver, just one of them. I dumped it. I mean, I hope it goes up, right? Everyone who owns it, you deserve to. But still, what is that? Like 3 days up. That's it. You're not even back to where I sold it. I don't even remember. Then I got these other terminal, back in the gutter, just all that patience for years, and you don't even get an update on Silver Squeeze moments. Trillium, Renegade changed its name, just absolute nothing. It's a fake 6%. It's just some ghost bid. Okay, there are others I'm sure they've done well, but where minus 13%, plus 3. I have quite a few juniors here, and I wanted to delete them all, but if I delete them, I lose them forever. Brixton, I traded that one a while ago, a long time ago. Yeah, I remember that. I sold it all the way up here. I was wondering if I could have held longer. Of course not. It's back at new lows, testing absolute historic lows. I thought this was a good company, by the way, and you can't even go up on. I'm so happy being where I am. So I say that to say this. Everything looks great as long as you're in the senior and the mid-tier ones. If you're in the juniors, don't know what to say. Maybe you'll get your day, but don't add any more to them. But anyway, I don't really like to talk about juniors. Let's see what happens tomorrow. It should be another up day. Looking at the way silver and the miners closed, the markets, the yields, the dollar don't really matter too much. We're in our own little bubble for once, and it's beautiful. But the next thing to really consider is what about when we reverse? Where will support be? 32.50, 33. What about the individual miners? Are you going to trim extra hard trying to catch a drop and avoid a drop, avoid being too much in these stocks? Because, we're going to get one of those -4, -6% days and it will hurt the portfolio naturally. So I don't want to be too much of a hero, but that's what I'm thinking about. So, all right, let's see what happens. Good luck, and I hope you're enjoying yourselves as much as I am.